Hey guys, the Gadget Man here with nothing but gadgets, and today I'm going to be doing you a menu and settings walkthrough guide for the Ceyomur CY65 trail camera. So 3, 2, 1, let's get at it. So this walkthrough guide is for those who may be having some trouble understanding the menu options and settings on the CY65 trail camera. So let's go ahead and jump right into this and get started. So we're going to go ahead and turn it on, move this up one click to the settings part, wait for it to boot up. First option is English. Let's see what other options we have using these buttons to go up and down. So we'll just go down: French, Spanish, Portuguese, Dutch, Italian. I don't read Chinese or Japanese. I'm not sure what that is. So there's quite a few languages on there. If you can read them and understand them, then you can choose that one. I speak English, so we'll turn that to that. Then the next thing is to set the date. 2021 is correct. When you get the right date, just press OK. It'll go to the next one. It is October, but it is not the 1st of October, so it's the 20th. So let's move that up to the 20th. Oops, skipped. Move it right here. All right. The date, the time right now is exactly 3 o'clock. So this is probably, is it a 12-hour or 24-hour? It's 1500. Okay, that's 3 o'clock p.m. And 3 is, now it's 1. Okay. And a few seconds. That's good. So this is how you adjust your date formatting. So I like this one right here, the month, day, and the year. So I'm going to set it to that. And now we're going to format the SD card, which I've already loaded right here on the side. And it'll format the SD card. Now it goes to the screen. It's pointing straight up. Now I've turned my studio lights off so there's no reflection, so you can see this clear. All right, now let's go into the menu itself. Okay, to get to the menu, we got to press this button here twice. Now we're in menu. So mode, let's go to the mode first. Press OK, and I'm going to set that to photo and video. You can set it to photo or video, but I like photo and video. Press down, we'll go to image size. Let's see here. We have from 30 megapixels all the way down to 2 megapixels. I'm going to test this camera out for the review, so I'm going to be setting it to 30 megapixels. All right, number of pictures. Let's see what our options there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see how many we go to. Up to 10 photos. I like taking 3 photos, so I'm going to set it to 3. Okay, shutter speed. This is pretty interesting. You have the option of 1 to 30, 1 to 20, 1 to 15. So shutter speed affects how blurry images are when taking pictures of things that are in fast motion. So the faster the shutter speed, the clearer and sharper images are when things are moving fast. Unfortunately, the side effect is that you need more light when you're taking at faster shutter speeds. Since I'm going to be using this for animals, I'm going to go ahead and leave it at 1 to 30. But if you were going to use it for slower things and you wanted more light at night, you could move it down there. And but I'm going to leave it, I think the best setting is 1 to 30. All right, resolution. So we have a 2K setting, a HD setting, 1080p, 720p, and 480p, all the way down to 360p. Well, this is for a review, so I'm going to go ahead and set it at 2K. All right, now, video length. 10 seconds is my preferred length for video, so we're going to leave that there, but you do have much more options. Let's see what your video length can be here. So your maximum video length is 130 seconds, which would be 3 minutes. Okay, that's the maximum video length you can have, and let's go up. You can have from 5 seconds to 3 minutes, but I like 10 seconds. 10 seconds is my preferred time. All right, audio record. It obviously has a microphone, so you can turn that on or off. We're going to leave it on. PIR interval. that is basically when the sensor becomes active. So right now it is set to 30 seconds. That is way too close. For wildlife viewing, you're going to get so many pictures of the same exact animal. I'm going to take the seconds off here. We're going to go to 10 minutes. I like 10-minute intervals, and we'll take the seconds down there. All right, so 10 minutes intervals is my choice here. Now, to get out of this menu, we'll just press back and now press the menu button to go backwards. PIR sensitivity. This is set to medium, and we have a high and a low option. I always like to start out on high when I'm setting this. If I get too many false positives, I'll move it to medium, but starting off at high is the best way to start off. Okay, time-lapse recording. So this is a time-lapse video. If you turn this function on, the camera will simply take a picture at the interval you tell it to. Right now it's set to 30, but you can set it to higher intervals if you want to. None of the motion detection features will work. This will just be time-lapse, and it will just take a picture on whatever schedule you tell it to take it on. So I'm not going to use that. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. Okay, let's go to the next one. Infrared LED or IR LED. It's set to auto. You have economy and off. So auto is basically going to try to sense the environment and adjust the brightness of the infrared lights according to how dark or how much structure. So if there's an animal real close, hopefully it'll dim it down. I don't know how well it's going to work. I'm going to leave it on auto and see what it does. Low battery night shot. No infrared LED. Basically, these lights right here, when used for video at night, they consume a lot of battery power. And so what's going to happen if you turn this on is whenever the battery is low, it's not going to turn these on. You can turn it on or no shutting. Essentially, I think that believes that it will not shut it off. I'm going to leave it like that, to no shutting. Essentially, let it try to use these even though the battery is low. Because without any infrared lights at night, the video is going to be worthless anyways. So I don't see a point in that. But if you wanted to economize your battery, you could turn that off so that if the batteries were low, it would not use the infrared lights at night. Monitoring period. Okay, this allows you to set a monitoring period. If you're using this as a security camera, you may not want to use this unless you're monitoring a high area of high traffic during the daytime. But I'm using it for wildlife. So when you turn this on like this, you get a timer start and a timer stop. Okay. Now animals do not move in the middle of the day. That's why you don't go hunting in the middle of the day. Animals don't move in the middle of the day. So what I'm going to do is set this up to start recording. This is hours. I'm going to set it to start at, that is 6 o'clock. Let's start it at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay. Go back. And let it record till 10 a.m. the next morning. All right. Most of your animals are going to move between 6 p.m. and 7 a.m., but I'm going to extend it out a couple hours so that just in case there's that late animal or that early animal. So there we go, and we'll exit out of that. It actually has time where you can actually set a second timer. So if you wanted to actually have it start at noon and turn off at 1 o'clock, you could do that, but I don't need that. I'm only monitoring wildlife in the evening, at night until the morning. Okay, side PRI setup. These pre-sensors right here. Now, what these things do essentially is sense motion outside the field of view of the camera and essentially get the camera woken up so that when something is sensed by this, it immediately starts taking pictures. Okay, so you can turn these on. If you leave these off, you might miss some animals, but if you turn them on, the chances are you're going to actually catch animals as they just begin to enter the frame, the field of vision here, and so you're going to catch their head as they're moving in. That's why I always like to set it to 3 pictures, so as it's walking into the frame, you catch the head, the body, and then the whole thing. Of course, when you have it set to photo and video, it's going to go ahead and record as it's walking through. But if you just have it set 1 photo and you turn these on, you're probably just going to catch the nose of the animal. Okay? So I've already set the English. This is the default settings, which will actually reset the camera back to the way it was before I started setting it up. Not going to do that. Format the memory card, which we've already done. Okay. Set up the time and date, which we've already done. Time format, 24 hours. I actually like a 12-hour period right here. It's a little easier to understand, and so that changes the dynamic of everything. Okay, so the timestamp is basically what you're going to see stamped on the actual picture when it takes a picture if you choose to turn the stamp on, which I always do because I monitor wildlife and I like to see when they're moving. Okay, I like a 12-hour period, but you can actually set it to 24-hour or what some people would call military time, but I'm going to leave it at 12-hour. Date stamp. This is going to be stamped on the actual image, so it's going to tell you the date and time of when that picture was taken. The beep sound. You've been hearing me as I push the buttons, a little beep sound. You can turn that off, but I'm not going to. Camera name. So if you have 2 or 3 of these cameras and you want to name them something, you can actually put in a 3-digit name here. Right now it's set to CY65, and I'm going to leave it at that, so won't change that a bit. Okay, password setting. If you want to put a password so that people have to put a password in to actually access the menu settings, then you can create a password. But if you create this password and then you later forget it, as far as I know, there is no way to reset the camera. It's a theft prevention device. Unfortunately, it doesn't stop people from stealing your camera. It just stops them from using the camera after they've stolen it. So it doesn't really help you. It just is kind of like, well, I got you because now you can't do anything with the camera. Anyways, I don't use it. Bluetooth. This has a Bluetooth setting so that you can view your pictures on your phone via Bluetooth. So you can actually turn that on or off. It may consume power, so I'm going to turn that off. Okay. Wi-Fi. This is a Wi-Fi camera, and you can choose to set up your SSID, which is the name you're going to see. It's going to create a Wi-Fi network. This button turns that on. I may create a separate video about how to use that function as well as the Bluetooth, but that is not part of this video right here. Just tune to my channel for that video. And you can change the actual name of the Wi-Fi, and right now it's set to Ceyomur. We'll just leave it there. Okay, and you can create a password. It's set right now to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. We'll just leave it there. All right, now auto Wi-Fi off. Basically, if you turn the Wi-Fi on, it uses a lot of power, so it will turn itself off after 1 minute. We'll just leave that there where that's at. Auto power off after 3 minutes. What this means is that if you turn this to setting and I leave it set here for 3 minutes, it will auto power off after 3 minutes. You can change that if you want to. I'm not going to. Backlight, 1 minute. This has a little bit of light here on the screen that's lighting it up so that you can see it, and it has a 1 minute timer. So basically that light will turn off, but the actual system will stay active for 3 minutes with the power off. Once it powers off, you'll actually have to switch it to off to turn it back on to get it to turn back on. But the screen will turn off after 1 minute. Version, this is going to tell you what your firmware version is on the camera in case you need technical support. And if the company does release a firmware update, you will use this setting and an SD card to update the camera. And there we go. We are all the way back. We've gone through all the settings. I've explained them and what you can do with them. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, please like, subscribe, and comment. Until next time, this is the Gadget Man saying, I'll see you later.